So, home from work and putting together the latest forecast data for you as the weather pattern is changing. Just thought I would hop on and we'd have a little live chat about the changing patterns so you know what to expect across Kansas and Missouri. If you got outdoor plans, looking toward the weekend, this time of year, you got outfits to coordinate, right? What temperature is it going to be? When is it going to rain? All that. So, just want you to have the latest information that I can possibly give you. Always the goal here at the Weather Spot. So, as of Wednesday evening at 5:45, you are going to be up to the second updated in terms of the changing weather pattern, which is this. In the upper levels, we can see a trough digging in across the Intermountain West. That's going to, it's going to create havoc is what it's going to do. Notice right now, we'll just pause and let you look at the upper level ridging right here in Kansas and Missouri. Center of your screen for your Wednesday evening. That is going to persist into tomorrow. Going to bring us these nice 15 to pushing 20 degree above average temperatures, but look off there with me to the left of your screen, coming across my beloved home state of Wyoming. There's a low pressure center in the middle of this trough. This is going to dig across the area, headed towards our weekend. It's going to bring us a big cold front and several waves of possible showers and precipitation before a broad trough just kind of settles in mid-weekend. So depending where you are across Kansas and Missouri, we do have several shots of rainfall, heavy at times. Going to be actually a heavier Missouri rainfall event as we move through the weekend, which we have not seen that in quite a while. So let's go ahead and put all that together. Tell you what it means for where you are. Could not do it without our sponsor, Premier Contractor Services. Appreciate these guys, and I would appreciate it very much if you kept them in mind. There's the phone number for you. They have a great Facebook page. You can check out their recent projects. Excellent people to work with, bringing you because they are concerned about it. The local weather, sponsoring the Weather Spot, and I appreciate them a lot. So take a look at those guys on behalf of me. Thank you very much. So let's start with the severe weather outlooks just to kind of see big picture what we have over the next couple of days. Here's severe weather outlooks from the Storm Prediction Center. This is for tomorrow. So this is only going to pick up out here in western Kansas that we do have a marginal 1 out of 5. Picking up here Goodland, Colby, Sharon Springs, and down to the south out there in very western Kansas. But as we get over into Friday, this is going to affect a lot more of the population. This is going to pick up Wichita all the way up through Topeka and up into St. Joseph. If you guys can see that there over on the Missouri side. Again, this being for Friday. So overall, both days, not looking for widespread severe weather, but some strong to severe storms are possible. They're probably isolated. And so I want to start off talking about the same order that I just did. Let's talk about tomorrow afternoon. I actually see 2 waves out here in very northwestern Kansas. So if this is you guys, I'm looking at 1 p.m. for your Thursday afternoon, starting out here in very, very western Kansas. 50 highway at Medway, I think is where things will kick off for your Thursday afternoon. Some strong wind gusts, possibly some quarter-size hail for you guys out here towards Atwood and Colby. And then as we move through the afternoon, I think there's another wave that sparks up in almost the same place there. Take a look at that. So we'll get about street level here. This is around I-70 at Brewster, headed all the way up to Atwood. So talking about you guys to start things off as the front works its way across for your Thursday afternoon. As we head through Thursday evening over into Friday, you can see things working their way across. Not so much instability to deal with in the overnight hours there, but as we go into Friday morning, this is now 8, 9, 10 a.m. Friday morning. You can just see some light scattered showers here, mostly north of I-70, except for a couple spots right here, maybe south of Junction City. These are going to be nothing to worry about. Potentially the breeze picks up and a few wind gusts are possible as we start to work into that Friday afternoon, which is where our concern picks up for east central Kansas and west central Missouri. So what happens with that one, I think the front starts to settle in about 5 to 9 p.m. in east central Kansas, west central Missouri. We're going to have a much better data available to me tomorrow morning to take a look at. But I think that we're talking really about the 6, 7 p.m. Showers and thunderstorms are going to pick up there in east central Kansas, south of Ottawa, stretching right across KC up into North KC. Should just be a little bit out to the east of St. Joseph, between 5 and 7, 8, 9 for your Friday evening, where some strong, potentially isolated severe storms may form for your Friday evening. So again, most of us just going to be dealing with some strong wind gusts, potentially some small hail, and a couple of isolated severe storms looking possible to me in this evening's data. So spotty rain amounts out through Kansas. Again, all that stuff off to the northwest. If you're under a thunderstorm, you might get closer to 1 inch, but I think you're dealing with predominantly half-inch rain amounts. When things pick up over on Friday towards east central Kansas, might see a little bit more. As a relatively slow-moving front, this will be 7/10, 9/10, maybe up to 1 inch there in very east central Kansas. If I go all the way through Monday, for precipitation amounts, much better news for once on the Missouri side of the line. Starting off there in Kansas City, upwards of 1 inch possible. Further east that you go through Missouri, up to 1.5 inches, pushing 2 inches over towards St. Louis. Again, this looking through the Monday time frame. I think a lot of this will fall on Saturday. I think that those showers and storms that we're going to see working their way across west central Missouri Friday night, that front is going to continue to push into central Missouri and perhaps south central Missouri. Not exactly sure how fast that front's going to be moving with this afternoon's data, but that's another area on Saturday that we're going to be watching for some potentially strong to severe storms as well. I think those will move slowly and possibly put down some heavy rainfall in those areas as well. Hence those numbers that you just saw. What to wear? Know that the half of my population is concerned with that. Half not so much, maybe. I don't know how concerned you are this time of year, but we will see some fluctuation. 80s through Saturday, really for most of us, before that front really does sweep over the area. I'm using Harrisonville, Missouri numbers here. So around the region, you're going to be affected by that at different times. But by and large, by next week, we're going to settle into the upper 60s for highs. I think we'll stay there for quite a while. A little bit of an exception coming in there towards next weekend, but all looking pretty normal for this time of year. Enjoy these pleasant, quiet 80-degree temps while they last. Last few days hasn't been too much to talk about weather-wise, so I've caught a little break. It's not too bad, not complaining, but I'll start paying attention again as we get into Friday for sure. Have a great night.